What's up, it's you? For today's video, we have a Riolu evolution team. Bowser, this one is for you. I'll be using Riolu and Lucario on the same team. I'll be using 2 of each Pokemon. We are back with the theme teams, by the way, too. I've got 4 abilities today: Steadfast, Inner Focus, Justified, and Prankster. So this team was actually interesting because a lot of the time Riolu was the GOAT on a lot of the battles that I had. I've got 8 battles today with this team, and I hope you enjoy. If you're hyped for the return of the theme teams, hit that like button. What do you guys think of Lucario and Riolu? Leave it in the comment section of the video. Alright, first Pokemon we got here is going to be Mudsdale. I'm not sure of my opponent's name. Maybe someone can translate that one. So we've got a Stealth Rock on the field here, which isn't so optimal for my other Riolu. These are both Focus Sash sets, but I actually allowed to get a little bit of setup here. So this Riolu set was a Reversal Sword Dance, Copycat, Terra Blast set with Prankster. So now I've got the reversal up here, and I had a lot of like Sword Dance boost there, so I was actually able to take out Mudsdale in one shot, which is huge. Because that means I can now go for other moves like Copycat and then go for Reversal. In this case, I couldn't because it was a Misdreavus that was there. So I thought, well, I'm going to try and risk a Terra Ghost here. You know, if I outspeed, I outspeed. If I don't, I don't, right? The EVs were Max Attack and Max Speed, a Jolly Nature. So, I actually managed to outspeed the Misdreavus here. I thought even if it had Everlight, it was a bulky set. This should do a lot of damage, and it did. It took it out. So Mudsdale and Misdreavus are going to faint there. So that's actually a really, really good start to the battle. So 2 Pokemon down. We got 4 more to go. Next we got is Meteor. So I was like, ooh. I guess I'll definitely get outsped by this. I've got Copycat. And with Prankster, Copycat will allow me to copy the last move used on the field, which was Terra Blast. So this is a great way to get around any Pokemon that are going to 100% be faster than you. So here comes the Terra Blast. We got those boosts up there. Meteor gets absolutely dominated. So that's 3 Pokemon down. We've got a Riolu sweep happening at the moment. And our next Pokemon here is going to be Sinistcha. So I was like, oh, this is good. This is super effective as well. So I guess I can just go for Copycat again. I was thinking maybe they'll Terra. I didn't think I was worried about was like maybe like a Terra Normal or something there. So I just thought I'd go for it and see what happened. This thing has actually pretty big defense, but Riolu is just tearing through the Pokemon at the moment. We got 4 Pokemon down now for the Riolu sweep. Next Pokemon to come out here is going to be Tinkaton. I thought, ooh, I actually probably have to go for Terra Blast here. I could risk the reversal, but I might get outsped. So I thought, nah, I'll just go for Copycat and Copycat that Terra Blast again. So go for the Copycat Terra Blast combination on the Tinkaton here. Tinkaton's defense is nowhere near as good as the special defense, and it just gets dropped. Yeah, that's 5 Pokemon down. 1 more Pokemon left here to take out on the team. The last Pokemon on their team is the Dunsparce. I can go for a reversal and finish it off in one shot, easy peasy. And there's the cancel. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. A Riolu sweep, Copycat right off the bat there, the PIMPNITE special. Let's get a like on the video. Let's get it, people. And we'll get on to number 2 here. Battle number 2. This is a random battle. This one is against Chris. So it's quite funny. I come across a couple of Ice-type teams here. So Alola Ninetales is the first Pokemon. Obviously, we know that it's going to go for a Aurora Veil. So I thought, I'll go Sword Dance first turn. I'll get my attack up. So they're going to go for Aurora Veil. Now, since it is snowing, I can go Copycat and Copycat their Aurora Veil on my Riolu, right? Like, this is Galaxy Brain, right? So we can get that. We can get the effects of Aurora Veil too by copying that move, which is cool. They tried to Encore me, but it failed because Prankster out-prioritized them. So that was really, really good. So I thought, well, I could go Reversal here. If they go Moonblast, and then I can go Copycat afterwards, or do I try another Sword Dance again? I was thinking they're probably going to use Blizzard or Moonblast, but then they use Hypnosis. I'm like, oh, damn it. That's not what I wanted. So Riolu is going to be put to sleep there. I was hoping I could get the Riolu sweep going again. Even with the Veil up, it hit pretty hard. So I've got a couple of options here. I was like, I just go for reverse again. Here comes the Moonblast. Moonblast obviously is going to take me down to 1 health. I actually wake up this turn, which is really cool. And reversal is going to do tons of damage. Now, since I'm going to get outsped, I'll go for Copycat, outsped the Ninetales, go for a second reversal, and take it out there. Absolutely beautiful. That was awesome. So Ninetales is down, a great start there, except for the Veil, though. That was the thing that was, kind of rough. Next Pokemon I got is going to be Baxcalibur. So like, it's going to have Ice Shard, isn't it? So there was nothing I could do there. I knew what they were going to do, I just didn't have the tools to beat it. So that is the end of Riolu. So I thought, all right, well, I guess I could go into my second Riolu here. Now, this Riolu is similar, but it's different. So we got Counter, Focus Sash, Quick Attack, Reversal, and Copycat. So this set is similar with Counter, but it lacks Sword Dance here. So the other one's definitely more of a sweeping set. This one also can sweep, but it doesn't quite hit as hard. So going for Counter, taking out the Baxcalibur, that was awesome. So I bet they never expected both those things to happen there. Next Pokemon is a Bomber, so like, yeah, this probably has Ice Shard, but if it doesn't, Reversal will do like lots and lots of damage here. So they had Ice Shard. So like, unfortunately, I got countered there on both sets. So I've got two more to go here. Their Veil finally wears off, but as you know, with the snow, it's still going to be very bulky. This is my special. Well, it's actually a mixed Lucario here. So I went for Steel Beam here on my Lucario, and that took out the Abomasar in one shot, which is really cool. So this set is a, actually I started off thinking about doing a Nasty Plot set, but I changed it around. So we got Work Up, Sub, Drain Punch, Steel Beam, and I've got Stellar as well. Now Beartic's going to come in his Liquidation. It's got Slush Rush, so it outspeeds my entire team easy. So that's the end of Lucario. I've got one more Lucario here left on my team. So this has... Oh, they also brought 6 Pokemon as well. So I've got Sword Dance. I've got Close Combat. I was like, well, Close Combat will do a lot of damage. But, as you know, with the snow up, this is going to possibly be able to tank that, So I was thinking for a bit, do I go for Medium Mash to go for an attack boost, or to just go for Close Combat for some, full-out damage here? Decided to do that. This Lucario is a bit more of a standard set. We've got Sword Dance, Extreme Speed, Medium Mash, and Close Combat. Terra Ghost with Justified. So more of a standard set on my team. Funnily enough, the Riolu and even the mix set I found performed better in a lot of different situations. So go for Close Combat, and Beartic, as I expected, it just lived. I'm going to get a defensive drop and stuff like that. I can go for Extreme Speed here and easily take it out. Now, as for content going forward, I've had people ask me this already. Are you going to keep putting up ZA battles or stuff? I had to try ZA battles already. You can check the VOD out. It is on my live section on my YouTube channel. I'm not too interested in the battles here. I tried them. They weren't really my cup of tea. I like turn-based better, but I will be putting up any shiny hunts and stuff, or shinies that I come across in ZA or encounters and stuff. So that's probably going to be the level of the content for ZA that's left. There's not too much after game for it. And I'll be doing my theme team, usual typical theme teams and, Pokemon sweep and guides and stuff like that until, Champions comes out and Gen 10, right? So we got a big whale and it's going to go for a Terra Water. Absolutely nothing I could do there. But very, very close battle there. I guess I took out 4 Pokemon before they did. So pretty close battle for sure. That is battle number 2. And now let's go on to battle number 3. Now, I was talking about versing a snow team, right? I had that battle, and then I had the second battle. I had one against Polaris, and this was a snow team as well. So back-to-back random battles with snow teams. I was like, this is interesting. I did have the, at least I had the type advantage in these battles, but as you know, with with instant veils up and stuff like that, that sort of almost nearly negated all the physical moves that I had for having somewhat of a type advantage. Because if you notice, most of my team is physical attackers, except for the mixed Lucario. So we've got, how do I say that? Schnurdy? I don't know how to say that. So another great counter to my Riolu. There's nothing I could really have done there. I could have gone reversal, but I would have outsped it. It was a disaster. So going into the mixed Lucario, we've got Work Up, Substitute, Drain Punch, and Steel Beam here. This set was meant to go for Steel Beam. like damage with Steel Beam, get the health back with Drain Punch, right? It was the true mix set. And it was actually pretty fun. Next Pokemon is going to be Norbar, another Bear Tick. I was like, oh, here we go. I'm done. I'm going to get outsped by this. I've got Drain Punch and Steel Beam, but I know that I'm not going to be able to outspeed it. Do I want to even swap it out? Like, nah. So it's going to have close combat. So that's the end of Lucario. And I was like, well, I could send in my next Lucario and then go Terra Ghost, or I could send in my Riolu. I thought, I'll go for my Riolu here. Let's give that a shot. This has got counter. I can get a counter KO, or I could go reversal. I was thinking, should I go? The beauty about going reversal instead of counter is I can go copycat reversal, but if I don't know what the opponent's going to do in terms of physical moves, I sometimes would choose counter instead. So there's an Icicle Crash. I was hoping for no flinch or anything like that. This has got Life Orb too, so it's hitting real hard. I went for reversal this turn, and Beartick's going to go down, so that's good. That was a very, very dangerous Pokemon in the snow. It's not often you see two Bearticks back-to-back in one video. Next Pokemon we got is Gletcheret. Oh, I'm butchering these names. I'm guessing this must be... I'm going to get this wrong again. I don't even know why I say this for. It must be German. Hopefully I got that right. Anyway, so they're going to take me out with a Rapid Spin and increase their speed. This thing, Avalug's got insane defense without snow. So I was like, yeah, I don't know whether this is going to faint or right. So I've got my Lucario here. Lucario has close combat and medial mash. I've got Terra Ghost. They've got one more Ice-type Pokemon left too, which I can take out with this Lucario, but it was like, am I going to take out Avalugg though? Depends on the set. So I thought, if they go Body Press, I could go Terra Ghost here, because most Avalugg sets are Body Pressed, and that could be a good idea to go for. But if they predict me going for a Terra Ghost, I was like, nah, I'll go for the close combat here, right? So I went for close combat, and it did fail to take out the Avalugg, which really sucks. And they went for Earthquake here. So, since I did have a defense drop there, Earthquake was able to feint me. But another very, very close battle there. Unfortunately, the snow just won the battle there, giving Avalugg that extra bulk. And pretty much every Pokemon on the team was physical except for the mixed one. But still a fun battle. Let's get on to battle number 4 here. This is a random battle against Clermont. And we've got a Pikachu here. Pikachu hat. So I've got counter and quick attack. I'm thinking, is it going to be physical? Is it going to be special? You never know with Pikachu. It can run either one with Light Ball. So insta turn 1, Terra. For Terra Electric for Pikachu. Now, it turns out Pikachu went for a Thunderbolt. So I was like, I should have gone for a reversal. That would have dropped that Pikachu. Either Pikachu's going to take me down to 1 health. Yeah, crit absolutely didn't matter there. Pikachu's got a lot of special attack with a Light Ball. So I got a counter off. So I thought, well, the best I can do here is pretty much go for a quick attack. I'm pretty confident they've got Light Ball there. So the next move they're going to use is Discharge. Like, oh, okay, Thunderbolt and Discharge. So that's the end of Riolu. So I thought, maybe I could swap in my Lucario here. Because as you know, Pikachu's not very bulky at all. So even, a powerful move like Steel Beam would take it out, not being very effective. So Pikachu's going to swap out here. I thought, first things first, I'm going to go for maybe a Substitute here. And then I can try and get this strategy going, like work up Substitute. So I got to work up going. Oh, the EVs. The EVs on this Lucario. What did I have on there? I just had attack and speed with Naive Nature. Because I figured I could boost its attack, its special attack as well with that. So Pikachu's got to go for a Thunderbolt here. We got another Pikachu. So it's like the different cat Pikachus. And there was 4 of them. I don't know if this person watches my videos, so they brought this team along, or it's just, obviously it was a random battle. But if I battle you, if you are in these videos at all, let me know in the comment section. Always love to hear that. So going for Drain Punch there, that is going to be healing me and taking out the Pikachu. Pikachu is not very bulky, so with a +1 at attack, Lucario is pretty scary, right? Next Pokemon we got is Pikachu, the Terra one. I thought, well, let's go for Steel Beam. I want to see how much this does. I mean, it's going to do a lot of damage, and it took it out. It's like, the beauty of this set is I can go fire off Steel Beams, and then go for Drain Punch, and then have virtually, very, very little repercussions of using such a powerful move with crazy recall, right? Next Pokemon is Pikachu as well. It's an entire team of Pikachus. Now, I'm trying to remember when I did a Pikachu team last, like the cap team. I did like a Pikachu, like all the caps and stuff. I think I might have done that in Gen 7. It was a long, long time ago. Anyway, it's time for a Stellar Steel Beam. I was like, I want to see if I can, take the Pikachu out at full health here. So I went for that, and it still took it out because it's just not bulky. That is the end of Pikachu. Pikachu number 3 is down there. It's like that Pikachu you got to trade away to the Heracross. Called Boys. All right, so we got the Pikachu coming in. Last one, I'm going to go for a Stellar Drain Punch, and we've got a Lucario sweep there against the Pikachu team. It was a bit cruel, but I thought it was a good opportunity to get that set going there with the Steel Beam. Normally, it probably wouldn't have worked that well because Pikachu's is extremely frail, so Steel Beam generally has to faint there. But anyway, interesting team, a hard team to use. I've used that team before. Let's get on to battle number 5. This is a random battle. Now, they had 6 Pokemon, and they had a very, very good team too, but they only brought 2. So this made me think, they think they can beat my team easy, right? So I had a little bit of a surprise for them. So Mienshao, obviously they're going to go for Fake Out here. So I thought, well, I'm going to give them a bit of surprise. I'll go for Terra Ghost here. And this will allow me to get a free Sword Dance up. Then they'll have to probably go for something like Knockoff, If they don't, I doubt they wouldn't have Knockoff, but if they don't, they'll have to go for some sort of coverage move. So they've got Fake Out, that was obvious. Now I can go for Sword Dance. And I've got a free Sword Dance boost there, which is great. So now I figured I can go for an attacking move, right? Because they're obviously going to go for Knockoff. So they went for Knockoff, they put me down to 1 health. But the thing is, I've now got my attacking move off, so I can use the last move used in the battle, right, which is Reversal. So Reversal just dominates Mienshao. That's down. And they've only got 1 more Pokeball left here. And their last Pokemon on their team is going to be Heatran. So I thought, well, you're done, because even if you outspeed me, which you probably will, I've got Copycat. So I'm going to copy the last move I use on field, which is the Reversal, and Heatran's going to get rolled out like a lounging rug. Next time, maybe they won't underestimate my team. They'll bring some more Pokemon. They were not. I knew they were not expecting that. Let's get on to battle number 16, people. Let's get some salt there. If you're enjoying the video so far, hit that like button. Tell me what you think of Lucario and Riolu in the comment section, or just give me a comment in the video. How's your day been going? Are you happy for the theme teams to return? Let me know. All right, this is an interesting battle. This is battle number 6. This could be this might be a view of mine. I'm not sure. It was just an interesting team. So we've got a Voltop Hisuian lead here. And it's going to use Leech Set. I'm like, bro, is this like a Neverlight set? It was pretty cool. So I went for a Reversal there because I thought maybe there's Volt Switch or Thunderbolt or something. But unfortunately, Leech Seed I am going to get countered here. There's not much I can really do to this this set, right? Because I need Reversal to be on a low mana health. So I thought maybe they'll attack me again. And they've got Giga Drain. So it appears to be like a bulky Leech Seed and Giga Drain set. So I went for Reversal again, and that does a reasonable amount of damage, but Riley doesn't actually really have a lot of attack, and it doesn't really hit that hard after a Sword Dance either. Plus, I wasn't hitting at maximum power from Reversal too. So I thought, all right, well, I guess I can go Copycat here, or I could swap. What's sort of my options here? I did just get put in the next range of base power for Reversal, so I should do a lot more damage this time. I'm not going to faint it, but it's going to do, some helpful damage. Rylu's only got base 70 attack too. So going for Copycat, Reversal, outspeeding Voltop, almost taking it out. Then I got static. I'm like, oh, that's just pure assault. And now they can go for Thunderwave. They had static and Thunderwave. Wow, that's cruel, right? So I'm like, wait a second. If I go for Copycat right now, I'll Copycat Thunderwave instead. Oh, it's a disaster. So I was like, well, I've got Quick Attack, but there's no way that's going to faint, because we've seen how this seems to be quite a bulky set, right? So I've got Quick Attack. I'm praying for I'm going to need a critical hit to take this down. Go for Quick Attack, and it lived. I'm like, no. And then they went for Giga Drain. So that is the end of Riolu there. So we got countered by a Voltorb, Hisuian, only on PIMPNITE Shadow, right? So this is the problem. Like, this is a threat, right? We had to take this threat out. So I'm thinking I'll go into Riolu number 2 here. Now, this Riolu, as you know, is a Focus Sash set as well, the Sword Dance one. I can copy the last move on the field. So I thought, should I go for Copycat Giga Drain? That's like, wait, I'm probably not even going to feint this. No, I'm probably not going to feint this. So I've got Terra Blast, I've got Sword Dance. I thought, I'll just go for Terra Blast. They're going to go for Leech Seed there. So I thought they may try and have a go at using Giga Drain, but maybe they're expecting some sort of like troll set. So, I mean, if they know it's me, they'll probably will. So that's the end of Voltorb anyway. I've got Leech Seed on me, which kind of sucks. Next Pokemon's Bronzor. Cool to see Bronzor. Bronzor's actually a pretty good little baby Pokemon with Everlight. It's very, very tanky. So I'm going to swap out Riolu into Lucario. So I thought this is probably going to be fairly passive. I might be able to get some workups here and, you know, drain punches happening. So Bronzor's going to go for a Confuse Ray, confusing my Lucario. I thought straight away, I was like, I need to get a substitute up because this has probably got some other status moves there. But I'm going to see what its other moves are and what the strategy they've got going on. So I've got a special attack boost, I've got an attack boost, and they've got Stealth Rock up there. So it's got 2 status moves so far. So like, all right. Maybe it's got something like, it might have Psychic or Gyro Ball, some coverage. I'm not really sure at the moment. So I went for Sub this turn. I thought that was an important move to go for. So I've got Sub up. Now, the Bronzor is going to go for Hypnosis. I'm like, oh, that's 3 status moves. Okay. So I'm glad to get around that. Now I'm in a pretty strong position here. I've got Leftovers on the Lucario as the item, as you can see too. So I can pretty much go for Drain Punch here, or I can keep going for Work Up and boost my stats and try and get a sweep here. So I decided to go for Drain Punch. I was like, let's get some damage here. And, you know, obviously it's definitely an Everlight set. It's taken that very, very well. So that's a 3-hit KO. But I've got my sub up too, which is really, really good. It's like, I wonder how they're going to be able to break it. And then they use Trick Room. It's like, okay, so it's only got status moves there. So it's completely and utterly passive. So I've got a fairly good chance here just to set up, you know, workups. So they're going to go for Confuse Ray. I mean, that's not going to do anything. I'm already confused anyway. And I got another workup going here. So they're either going to have to just sack it off or leave it in, which might be a good idea at this point, but at the cost of me getting like a fair bit of setup. So like, are they going to swap or not? And I was like, just in case they don't swap, it might be an idea to go for an attacking move if they do. So I went for a Drain Punch again and I took it out. So I probably could have got a few more workups there, but it's a Bronzor. So I don't want to sweat too much against a Bronzor, right? Next Pokemon is going to be Dugong. Look at that amazing claw. So Dugong, well, I mean, I've got lots of stuff for Dugong. So Dugong goes for Perish Song. Now, Perish Song goes through the Substitute, right? Because it's a sound-based move. So I went for Steel Beam here. I was like, I want to use the Steel Beam set. Let's see how much this actually does to Dugong. And it lived. I was like, what? And I was like, this must be a Focus Sash on Dugong, right? Surely it has to be a Focus Sash to be able to live that. So I went for Steel Beam, and it was not a Focus Sash. It was a 1 HP meme live. So I don't know how that lived. That was a +2 Steel Beam. So now Dugong is going to be able to use Protect. I'm like, oh, come on. So I'm going to have to swap out, right? I'm going to have to feint this Dugong, and then I'm probably going to have to swap my, my Lucario. So it was actually had something for my substitute Pokemon really in the end there. So the Perish Song is down to 2 now. I can go for Drain Punch. I'm like, they're probably going to go for like Protect or something like that. But they didn't. I went for Drain Punch here and finish off the Dugong. So I have to swap this turn or feint a Pokemon. I was like, do I really want to swap? Like, because this Lucario is probably one of my best Pokemon. Because both the Riolus are kind of out of commission due to Stealth Rock and stuff like that. Next Pokemon is going to be Persian. I was like, okay. I'm going to swap Lucario out. I could go for Drain Punch, but, you know, they might have Focus Sash. You know, you never know. So I swapped it to Riolu. I'm going to take some Stealth Rock damage. I thought I might be able to copycat the last move, but they went for Hyper Voice. I'm like, oh no, that's terrible. So Riolu got completely dumpstered there. I think it's got like 2 special defense. So now back into Lucario. I thought, all right, it's a special set. That might have actually taken me out behind my, or done some damage to me behind my sub. So I went for, I think, Drain Punch here with no boost will do some pretty good damage. Or I could go for Stellar, but I don't know what other moves Persian has got. Does it have a, does it have a super effective special move? The Persian's going to go for the Nasty Plot now. So it's a fully special set. I just went for a raw Drain Punch, and it was enough to take it. I mean, Persian's not a very bulky Pokemon at all. So that was good because I think I might have lost the Persian otherwise. So that's the end of Persian. We've got 2 more Pokemon left on their team. Delibird's the next Pokemon. So, all right, here we go, guys. Delibird. I'm ready to go for my Steel Beam here. This is pure content. So go for Steel Beam on the Delibird, and Delibird is going to get taken out in one shot. Like, if this Delibird lived on 1 health, I'm going to scream, right? So that's the end of Delibird. Last Pokemon is Porygon Z. I'm like, oh, this is good, but it could be bad. I've got Drain Punch. That'll do a lot of damage, but I don't know what their terror is going to be, see? Porygon Z's got a lot of offense too, whether it's a special or a physical set. So it turns out it's going to be Terra Normal on Porygon Z. So I thought, all right, I'll go for a close on my Drain Punch, right? But they had Terra Normal Giga Impact, so it's going to take out my Lucario. Holy smokes, that did a lot of damage there. So that's the end of Lucario. So I thought, all right, I've got a good idea, guys. I want to make my opponent salty, right? So I went into Lucario. I thought, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna bake them into a Giga Impact, right? So they're going to recharge this turn. So I was like, I'll just go for Sword Dance. I'll go for Sword Dance this turn, right? So that's good. Now, they're going to go Giga Impact again, I know. So I'm going to go Terra Ghost and then finish them off with like I can go any attacking move. I'll go for like Meteor Mash or something like that. So I went for the Terra Ghost here. I figured they'd go for Giga Impact again. It may even be like, it could even be a choice band set, you never know. So I've got the Terra Ghost, and it used Foul Play. I'm like, no! Damn it. So in the end, I got trolled by a Foul Play Porygon. Oh, man, I was so salty about that because I tried to troll and it backfired on me. Anyway, thank you, my random opponent, Pete, for the battle. It was a fun one. Good Pokemon sets and good Pokemon. All right, we got battle number 7 here. This one is against Super Bowser. This battle was an absolute disaster. All right, so Chesnaught team. We got 6 Chesnaught's to celebrate Mega Chesnaught. What do you guys think of Mega Chesnaught? So, I was like, I'm not sure what to do. I could just go reversal. I could go copycat, combination. I wasn't really sure because it could be anything. Or what if it's a stole set? So I went for Sword Dance first turn just to get my attack stat up. Now Chesnaught's going to go for Body Slam. I wish that I went for. I wish that I went for something else there, but it's fine. It's fine. I've got the Focus Sash, but then I got paralyzed. I'm like, oh. So now I can't use reversal. I'm going to get outsped. So I have to go for Copycat here and Copycat Body Slam. But I thought, what if I go Terra Ghost? But then I was like, no, I'm not going to risk that because I'll probably get paralyzed. And I did. So it was a Body Slam Hyper Beam set. What is this? Herba Mystica. So that's the end of Riolu. So that was a terrible, terrible start there. I could have got an easy reversal KO. I could have got an easy Friday video, right? So go get the Lucario next. I've got Steel Beam here. I thought, well, that's going to do some good damage. Let's get Work Up going because I got a free turn with Hyper Beam. And you know what happened on the last battle with that another turn 2 move. So I had to sort of see if I could get my luck back there. So I've got that Work Up going. And I thought, well, Steel Beam's going to do a lot of damage. It is. And I'm going to hit it on the special side too. So it's not as good on the special side. Chesnaught, it's more defensive than special defense. So I thought, first things first, let's go for Substitute if it uses Hyper Beam again. That'll be a good idea, right? Now, Chesnaught's going to go for Body Slam here. Body Slam, it's definitely not going to be able to break my Substitute. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to go for a Paralyze, right? Like they got that earlier up. So I got some subs here. I'm ready for a dub. And now I can go for Steel Beam and then Drain Punch combination easy. So they swapped out the Chesnaught. I was like, well, they're going to go into another Chesnaught, so it's not going to be a type advantage. So Chesnaught number 3. Steel Beam misses. I'm like, oh no. So that just depleted my health there. So that really, really sucked because that would have done some excellent damage. So now I've got to go for Drain Punch here, right? I've got to do that, and I've got to get some health back. So now they're going to go for Endure. What is this set? So it's some sort of berry or something like that. I don't know. I'm not very sure. So Drain Punch does 2 damage there, as expected. Chesnaught's got a lot of defensive bulk to it. So I got some health back. Like, okay, good. Now I can use Steel Beam. I can use that again. The thing about having leftovers too, you can actually use Steel Beam 3 times before you faint. I went Steel Beam for a second time and it missed in a row. I'm like, are you serious? Now the Chesnaught's going to go for an Earthquake here on my Lucario. So everything was going wrong. Everything was going wrong here. I had the perfect setup, right? But Steel Beam was just not landing. Steel Beam's accuracy is like 95%. So I don't know, anyone that's good at maths, what's the chance of missing 2 95% moves in a row? 95% accuracy. Like, that's pretty unlucky, right? Probably has to be less than 5%. So I didn't even go for Steel Beam this time. I thought, I'm going to miss it 3 times in a row. So I just went for Drain Punch, and of course, it's not going to take it out at all. So Earthquake's going to faint my Lucario. So now I've lost half of my team, and I've only got 2 Pokemon left to take on all these other Chesnaughtts. So like, what am I going to do here? Like, this is a complete disaster. I haven't even, there's 6 Chesnaughtts here too. So I've got Counter and I've got Reversal. So I thought, all right, I'll go for that. Chesnaught's going to go for Endure again. So, well, that's not going to work at all. I'm just going to have a sip too, guys. You can use our code SALT, get that 20% off on your G Fuel. I'm having some Shiny Splash. All right, I've got Reversal and I've got Counter. So I thought I'll go for Reversal, get some damage, right? They went for Earthquake. Again, it's going to be hitting me pretty hard here. And I got Focus Sash. So, sorry, I went for Counter. Sometimes I go for Counter, sometimes I go for Reversal, right? Mostly Reversal is better because I can back it up with a Copycat afterwards. All right, Chesnaught, 1 Chesnaught down, 5 to go. So I've got Reversal. Then I had Frenzy Plan. I'm like, what the heck? So Riolu got outsped there. I think that was a Choice Scarf Chesnaught with Frenzy Plan. Oh my goodness. This is desperation time now. Last Pokemon is Lucario. I've got this sweaty Lucario set, but like even against memes, I don't think it's going to be able to faint there because they've just got a lot of natural bulk. So I've got the Sword Dance going here. I'm like, well, I don't really want to use close combat. I want to use Medium Match. This still outspeeds me. It's 100% Choice Scarf, and Frenzy Plant does a lot of damage there. So that was a good amount of damage, but it didn't one-shot. We got a recharge on the Chesnaught here. I was actually hoping for an attack boost, and then I missed Meteor Mash. I'm like, oh, come on. So now I'm going to have to go for Extreme. Will Extreme Speed even faint here? I was like, this is going to be really close. So I went for it, and it just fainted. My goodness, this battle is, I'm getting very salty, and I'm having really, really bad luck. So I've taken 2 Chesnaught out here. Next is Chesnaught number 5. Now, I've got Terra Ghost. Terra Ghost is there for any fighting moves, and it's also quite good at baiting out a justified boost. So, if you get hit by the Dark type move, right, you can get an attack boost, which is quite good. So go for Terra Ghost there in case you use a fighting move, and use Spiky Shield. So Spiky Shield isn't going to be a very fun move either. I went for Medium Mash. So I punched the Spiky Shield. That would hurt. Like, imagine like spikes going into your hand. Damn. All right, so I went for another attacking move here. We got Chesnaught swapping out again. I guess I'll just try to get some damage and then dip. And Chesnaught 4. This is the earlier one here. So that lives so well. That lives so well. So I've got some options. I probably have to unload and go for the close combat, right? So I went for close combat there, and I took it out. But the base power, there's a fair bit of difference. Oh, I noticed one thing too. When I was playing Legends ZA, Malamar actually had close combat. That's actually going to be really good. It's going to be better than... it's got more... I guess it's got more power there, right? I just noticed that the other day while I was catching them. Chesnaught 6 is the last Pokemon. I went for close combat against that try and gets it down. Almost took it out there. At this point in time, I've got like 1,000 defense and special defensive boosts, and it's going to go for Solar Beam. What is this? And it's got Solar... I was like, it's probably going to have Power Herb and Activate. I was like, oh man, I think my Lucario is going to faint to a special Chesnaught with Solar Beam. And that's it. That's the end of the battle. So, you know what, guys? What I want you to do, I want you to wipe that battle from your mind, all right? That battle never happened, okay? Like, just forget about it, all right? You'll be like, what battle number 7? I don't remember that. Such bad luck the whole time. All right, people, we've got one more battle left today. This is battle number 8. This one is against Fly Boy. This is another random battle. We got a superior lead here. Now, this was a 4v4 battle too. Yeah, it was. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. So I had reversal and I had copycats. I thought, well, I'd assume they're just gonna go Leaf Storm, right? But they went Sword Dance. It was a physical superior. Like, wow, that's awesome. So I wonder if this person I'm battling knows it's me, right? They're using some quality memes here. So I think I ran a physical superior. I actually, like, no joke, I actually did this back in, like, I think it was Gen 6 or something like that. I did this. It was like, obviously you don't have contrary. You use Sword Dance and Leaf Blade, but outside of Leaf Blade, I had like absolutely garbage coverage, so it was a really like terrible set, but it was fun though. So I finished him off there with a juicy counter. Out comes Flygon. I've got Copycat, so I can go for Copycat on the Flygon, and I'll out-prioritize and outspeed it, and that's one Flygon, right? I was waiting to say that the whole video. So 2 Pokemon down there. Riolu's getting a fat sweep right now. Lucario comes in and is like, oh, you're going to have a priority move, aren't you? I'm not going to be able to outspeed this. So that's the thing. Imagine if Lucario had Pranksis, but then it didn't. It didn't have one. So it's like, oh, wait, I'm going to feint this, right? And Lucario has a focus sash. I smelled a rat, guys. I knew something was going on there. So Lucario's got the sash, and it's going to go for a flash. Oh, I did it again. That is the end of Riolu there. So almost a sweep there. Almost got to sweep them, but I got stopped by the sash. So going into my next Lucario here, it's a family feud. I've got it's a shiny versus the non-shiny. Now I thought, well, I've got Drain Punch here. I could go for a Disrespect Steel Beam. I was like, oh, we'll wait for that, right? So Lucario's going to get, I don't know whether that was a speed tie or not. I have no idea, but that's the end of Lucario. Last Pokemon is Ampharos. Guys, they're going to go for a Mega. You know, the Mega Pokemon are back. Really, like, real talk, I was talking about what content I'm going to do, for the remainder. Up to, when Pokemon Champions comes out, I'll be doing battles there. And then, when Gen 10's finally announced, I'll be doing that as well. But, up to probably Gen 10, I'll be doing Scarlet and Violet, and I'll be mixing it in with Champions, or maybe fully Champions. I'm not really sure. We'll see what happens. Just giving you a bit of an update there. Ampharos unloads a massive discharge, and it paralyzed me. And I had, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything at all there. That was some big damage there. So I've got nothing I could do here. I was like, is this going to have a setup move? So I went for a steal. What the hell happened to the animation? I'm not sure. The animation got completely cut out for some reason. But I did that so they couldn't set up. So I went for a steel beam, sacked myself off, and then I went into Riolu, right? So, okay, here we go. This is going to be fine. I've got that Copycat. I've got that Sword Dance. I've got that Terra Ghost. What could possibly go wrong here? So I was thinking about this. I've got Sword Dance. If they hit me with a discharge, it's going to be nasty, right? Because then I'm going to get outsped and then reversal won't work. But if I just do like Terra Ghost without a Sword Dance, I won't feint it. So here comes the discharge again. It's going to take me down to my sash. And now I'm hoping I don't get paralyzed by the Ampharos. And I didn't, thank goodness. I'm like, all right, here we go, guys. I can go for the Terra Ghost, Terra Blast, and hopefully take out the Ampharos here. Ampharos has got very low speed as well. So go for that Terra Blast, and we're going to land them on the Ampharos. Well, that looks very spooky. That is the end of the battle. Thank you, Flyboy, for the battle there. Hope you guys enjoyed the Riolu Evolution team. If you did, drop a like, leave me a comment, and I'll catch you. I may have some more videos out today. We'll see, or at least tomorrow, stuff like that. Peace out, everyone.